So there's going to be a new grading company coming onto the scene. And I don't mean PSA with their comic books. They're an old grading company that just has a new category. I need a new grading company in general. And they're going to be grading cards and comics. I was talking with some people about this CBCS and PSA and now how that's going to work out. And they were talking about how CBCS parent company Beckett is actually, you know, nervous right now, not because PSA is coming into comics, but because their graders are being poached from, Beckett, the grading card company, and also from CBCS. A new company is coming onto the scene. They don't have a name yet, but it's started by a guy named Jeff Mullen, who's a really rich guy, and he just wants to make a new grading card company, card and comics and everything grading company. So he's paying all these graders from different companies that already, grade stuff and paying them a ton of money to come over to where he's at. So it's going to be interesting. So a lot of these companies are losing their top tier graders, especially Beckett, and they're pretty upset about that. But yeah, so a new player is going to come in the scene grading comics and cards. And I just keep on thinking, I'm like, I don't know if there's enough room. And to be honest, now cards is different. Cards, it's not just sports cards, which is vastly bigger than comics, but then you have TCG. So you have Pokemon and Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever else there is. And so there's even more cards there. So comics is just very small. So I don't know, having a fourth big player to come in, I just don't know if there's enough room for that. But they're going to try, and you probably won't hear of them. They'll probably come on the scene. Maybe you'll hear something in maybe 6 months to a year. They're probably getting up and going. But you basically heard it here first. There's going to be a new grading company coming out, grading cards and comics. Now, there are a ton that grade cards. It's probably like, I don't know, 20 that grade cards. So it's not really that big of a deal if a new company comes on the scene for cards because there's so many already. But PSA is number one by far. But with comics, there's not that many. You got CGC, obviously. You got CBCS. Those are like the big two now. Then you have PSA that's coming out this month, and they're going to start grading stuff. And then, I mean, you have PGX, but PGX has been around since what, like 2004, 2002, and they've never really broken it into anything because it all comes down to mismanagement. That is the number one reason for most of any company, not just grading companies. The reason why they suck and they fail is this bad ideas, bad management, bad everything. PGX got in a whole lot of trouble because they were grading their own books, which the scandal, hello, and a lot of people found out, and so that just ruined their reputation, even though they've been around for so long. And just the way the person managed the company in general, they just never got that big. I mean, I've never seen them at Comic-Con before. And, CBCS, oh man, I'm going to Comic-Con this year. I'll be there on Thursday. But I remember, was it last year or the year before, whenever it was, and I was like, I saw PSA's booth. I saw CGC's booth. I saw all the big players' booth. I was like, where's CBCS? CBCS was like not even in the comic section. They're way over far somewhere else. And they're just like this sad little booth. Like they just brought out a fold-out table that every person is given, and they just put like a little cloth over it and then put like a little paper sign. And like, it's like, what? This looks terrible. Like no big flash, nothing, just, yeah, I really don't think CBCS is going to be around much longer. I mean, they don't really have it in them. Mismanagement, to be honest. Yeah, they're just mismanaged very badly, and their ideas aren't the best, and so it's just kind of. I mean, I think the founder, Steve Borak, he left. I mean, he pretty much founded that company. So the original people that's founded it aren't even there anymore. Steve Borak and basically the money guy that invested most of the money into it. That guy sold to Beckett. Steve Borak eventually left, and so now it's not even owned by the same people that created it. And it's just, even Beckett and cards are sliding. They're not like like Beckett's down here, PSA is like way up here. But Beckett's existed longer than PSA. I used to buy the Beckett magazine to know what my prices were. So they've existed forever, but they've slowly just gone down, down, down. So, and with like this new company coming in poaching all their graders, it's probably going to go down even more. So that'll be interesting. This thing, I don't know what it's called. I just know a person named Jeff Mullen. You can look him up on Google. Jeff Mullen Dynamics is like his company. If you type in Jeff Mullins, you're going to get some quarterback from the 49ers, not the San Francisco 49ers, but the Charlotte 49ers, which is the college team. So Jeff Mullen Dynamics, you can Google him, look him up. I know nothing really about him other than he has some kind of consulting law type firm, something. Anyways, he has a bunch of money behind him, and that's what he's going to be doing. So be on the lookout for that, and let me know what you think. Have a good day.